morning, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha. Let's begin with the main stories. Donor agencies charged of playing active role in the parliament yet again. A host of programs funded by donor agencies being conducted for the lawmakers. The ruling coalition lobbying for the agenda of executive president. Main opposition Nepali Congress calls the move government's ploy to fail the constitutional norms. U.S. President Donald Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani says North Korea's leader begged for their summit to be rescheduled after the U.S. president canceled it. And the semi-final lineup drawn for the ongoing Prime Minister's Cup cricket tournament. Nepal Police Club to take on APF, while Province 5 to clash against Tribhuvan Army Club in the semi-finals. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. The Federal Parliament Secretariat is currently holding a two-day program in a bid to update lawmakers about the parliamentary proceedings. The program is being organized with the support of the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. This has raised the question on whether it is necessary to seek financial support from a foreign donor agency to inform lawmakers about the parliamentary proceedings. The lawmakers themselves had objected to the involvement of the foreign agency at the program's inauguration held at the Federal Parliament building yesterday afternoon. Speaker Krishna Bahadur Mahara, on his part, tried to clarify, saying that the budget and the contents of the program were determined by the Secretariat itself and that the UNDP was only lending practical support. It is also worth recalling that several national and international non-governmental organizations, along with foreign donors, spent a huge amount of money during Nepal's constitution writing process. The support, however, came at a cost, including the formation of different camps among lawmakers and the influencing of agenda to the donors' liking. Likewise, the meetings of the Parliament and the Constituent Assembly were held in different hotels and resorts with the sponsorship of the non-governmental organizations. There were a number of instances of lawmakers being absent in the Parliament meetings while attending residential programs organized by foreign donors. Spokesman of the Federal Parliament Secretariat, Bharat Gautam, however, opines that the collaboration with donor agencies has long been in practice. It does not sound justifiable to be dependent on donors, also considering the sensitivity and dignity of the Parliament. Moreover, such a trend would lend to the risk of foreign agencies' agenda getting priority than that of the public while formulating laws and regulations. The government with two-thirds majority has once again reiterated the issue of executive president. Meanwhile, the opposition Nepali Congress is seen agitated after the leaders of the ruling Nepal Communist Party and Sanghiya Samajwadi Forum started lobbying for the agenda. Nepal Communist Party co-chairman Pushpakamal Dahal is not just in favor of an executive president, but has expressed willingness to become the first president of the kind. The other co-chairman of Nepal Communist Party and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has not expressed his opinion on the issue as of yet. However, leaders coming with the Maoist center background have started lobbying for the Constitution amendment to introduce executive president. Sanghiya Samajwadi Forum, one of the parties in the ruling coalition, is also in favor of the directly elected executive president. The Constitution was promulgated from the Constituent Assembly after reaching a consensus regarding accepting a federal ruling system with the president as the ceremonial head and the prime minister as the executive head. Meanwhile, the opposition Nepali Congress is of the opinion that the demand for the Constitution amendment to hand over the executive position to the president soon after emerging victorious in the election is a ploy to fail the constitutional norms. The government has a two-thirds majority, which is needed for constitution amendment. However, making amendments in the initial phase of the constitution implementation to change the mode of governance itself might invite risk to economic prosperity and political stability of the country. In the absence of required actions from the concerned ministries, the Home Ministry has taken initiative to bring non-functioning contractor companies under jurisdiction. Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa has announced of taking strict actions against companies that have left road projects unattended. However, it can be taken as an irony that the list of such non-functioning contractor companies is headed by contractor Sharada Adhikari, the landlord of the house rented by Nepal Communist Party co-chairman Pushpakamal Dahal, the party which the Home Minister is affiliated with. Minister Thapa has said 300 companies out of the 500 contracted by the District Administration Office have failed to complete their projects by the deadline and that due action would be taken against them. Home Minister Thapa's announcement falls under the 100-day achievements of the government. When inquired about the case of Sharada Prasad Adhikari, Minister Thapa said that it was a crime to take the state's money, misuse it, and leave the projects unattended, and that the government would not hesitate to take right actions. While the public have lauded the initiative, other concerned ministries have taken it as an unwarranted interference. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. Yesterday, we had asked the locals in Kathmandu, Kailali, Udaipur and Chitwan what's their take on the nation's dependency on foreign aid for activities ranging from policy making to small projects. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
अरूले दिएको सहयोगबाट राज्य चलाउने र त्यो कानुन र संविधान निर्माण गर्ने हो भने हामी एउटा डिपेन्डेन्ट भएर जान्छौँ र हामीले हाम्रो देश र जनतालाई माथि ल्याउन सक्दैनौँ।
दाताको इन्ट्रेस्टमा चाहिँ हामी जानुपर्ने बाध्यता सिर्जना हुने र त्यसले गर्दाखेरि के भन्दाखेरि भोलि कार्यान्वयनका तहमा पनि समस्या ल्याउने जुन एउटा खतरा छ।
हाम्रो नेपालको कानुन चाहिँ नेपालीले भन्दा पनि युएनडीपी युरोपियन युनियन यिनीहरूको प्रयोगमा उनीहरूको इन्ट्रेस्ट अनुसारको कानुन बन्द रहेछ।
विदेशी लगानीका लागि उहाँहरूले एप्रोप्रिएट ल खोज्नु भयो कि विदेशीहरूलाई काम गर्नका लागि सजिलो होस् भनेर एप्रोप्रिएट ल खोज्नु भयो कि अथवा भोलि हाम्रो निगरानीमा देश चलोस् भन्ने खालको हो कि त्यो खालको रिस्क चाहिँ भइरहन्छ।
दात्री निकायको आधारमा चाहिँ नि जुन चल्ने प्रवृत्ति छ त्यो भोलि दात्री निकायले दिएको आर्थिक सहयोग रोकिने बित्तिकै त्यसमा प्रतिकूल असर देखिन्छ र त्यसले परिणाम राम्रो गर्दैन।
दाताहरूको सहयोग लिँदाखेरि के भयो त भन्दाखेरि यसले त नेपालको सार्वभौमसत्ता र स्वतन्त्रमाथि नै मैले त हमला गरेको मानेको छु।
विदेशीको मुख ताक्ने र अहिले पनि चाहिने के अरे सुख सुविधामै डुब्ने काम गर्यो भने यो देशमा कसैले पनि काम गर्न सक्दैन। यो देशमा गणतन्त्र संघीयता स्वतः चाहिँ सफल हुन सक्दैन।
The share investors have called off their strike following the government's withdrawal of its decision to revise the capital gains tax threshold on the sales of bonus and right shares. The Revenue Secretary at the Finance Ministry said that the Inland Revenue Department has been directed not to proceed with the provision. Chairman of the Nepal's Investors Forum, Ambika Prasad Podel, said that the protest program has been called off as the government rolled back its decision. Investors had launched the protest after the Inland Revenue Department last week directed Securities Board of Nepal, NEPSE and CDS Central Depository System to revise the capital gains tax threshold on bonus and right shares. The department had instructed them to charge capital gains tax as per the Income Tax Act 2002. The share transaction resumed from yesterday following the withdrawal of the strike. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. What's your take on banks' refusal to issue loans against education certificates as security? Your options are A, non-cooperative stand, B, reluctance to take risk. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A or B and send it to 8080 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
The group stage of the Prime Minister's Cup one-day international cricket tournament concluded yesterday as the semi-final lineup has been drawn. In yesterday's last group match, Nepal Police Club defeated Province 5 by 7 wickets to become Group B winners. Despite yesterday's loss, Province 5 also managed to book a place in the Final Four. Electing to bat first after winning the toss, Province 5 posted 200 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in the stipulated 50 overs. Shankar Rana was the top scorer for Province 5 as he scored 44 runs. Saurav Khanal was the other notable contributor with 42 runs. Lalit Rajbangshi claimed 2 wickets for the police team. In reply, the police team reached the target in 44 overs, losing 3 wickets. Dipendra Airi and Arif Sheikh put on a 104-run partnership for the 4th wicket to guide Nepal Police Club to a comfortable victory. Dipendra Airi scored 58 runs while Arif Sheikh made 45 runs. Meanwhile, Province 5 managed to advance into the semi-finals on the basis of a better run rate. The Police Club will take on Armed Police Force while Province 5 will clash against Tribhuvan Army Club in the semi-finals. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.